All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about something absolutely critical for any business that wants to compete: modernizing your data warehouse. We're going to break down how you can take that old, clunky data system from being a liability and turn it into your most powerful strategic asset.
So let's start with a really simple but powerful question. You need to ask yourself, is your data an asset, pushing you forward, giving you the insights you need to be faster and smarter? Or is it an anchor? Just weighing you down, slow and heavy, holding you back while everyone else is speeding past.
To figure that out, we've got to talk about the core issue here: the legacy data problem. Because as you're about to see in the world we live in now, the biggest risk you can take is doing nothing at all. So what do we even mean by a legacy data warehouse? Well, think of it this way. It's a system that was built for a totally different era. It's usually on-premise, sitting on old hardware, and it's great at telling you what happened yesterday. The problem, of course, is that your business needs to know what's happening right now. And this right here, this just lays out the growing disconnect perfectly. On one side, you've got the legacy systems. They're stuck in the past, they're rigid, slow, and a pain to maintain. But on the other side, modern business demands real-time decisions, it needs to be agile, and it has to handle all kinds of new data. It's just a fundamental mismatch. And the price you pay for doing nothing isn't just some abstract idea. Financially, you're getting hit with maintenance contracts that jump, 15 to 25% every year? Operationally, your teams are making slow decisions, and you're missing out on opportunities. And maybe the scariest part, you're leaving yourself wide open to huge security and compliance risks. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's talk about the solution. This is where the modern cloud advantage completely changes the game. Now, what's really cool is how these kind of techie-sounding terms translate directly into business wins. Elastic scalability, that just means you can handle a massive sales surge without everything crashing. Consumption-based economics, that means you stop wasting money on servers you're not even using. And you're not just upgrading for today, you're literally building the foundation for AI and machine learning tomorrow. And if you want to see the difference in a picture, this chart says it all. With your old system, the time it takes to get an actual insight, the gap between something happening and you understanding it, could be a whole day. A modern platform, it shrinks that gap to less than an hour, and a lot of times it's just minutes. And that speed, well, it has a massive real-world impact. Businesses that make this switch are reporting a staggering 50 to 90% reduction in how long it takes them to make a decision. That's not just a small improvement, that's a total game changer. I mean, just think about it. What could your business do if you could make key decisions twice as fast, or maybe even 10 times faster? So the benefits are pretty clear, right? But the big question is, how do you actually get there? Well, the good news is you don't have to figure it all out from scratch. There are 3 proven strategies for making this move. This table breaks down your main options. You've got lift and shift. That's the fastest way to just get off your old hardware. Then there's the greenfield rebuild. That's a total do-over for when your old system is just fundamentally broken. But for most companies, the phased modernization approach, right there in the middle, is the sweet spot. It's a great balance between speed, risk, and getting value along the way. Now, let's be real. Any big project like this is going to have some challenges. But knowing what they are ahead of time is half the battle. So let's talk about the 2 biggest worries that leaders usually have. First up, the one that probably keeps a lot of CIOs up at night: messy data. We all have it. And moving to a new system has a way of shining a very bright light on all those hidden problems. It's a totally valid concern. But here's the thing, you can get ahead of it. The key is to be proactive. You have to go in with a plan. That means you analyze your data to find the problems before you move it. Then you fix those problems at the source, and you set up automated quality gates to stop bad data from getting into your new clean system. Honestly, this turns the migration into an amazing opportunity to finally clean up those data issues you've had for years. And the other big fear, especially for anyone watching the budget, it's the cost. Moving from a world of fixed costs to a pay-as-you-go cloud model can feel like you're writing a blank check. How do you stop those costs from spiraling out of control? Well, the answer is a really simple 3-step playbook. First, you govern, set clear rules. Second, you optimize, make sure you're not being wasteful. And third, you monitor. You track everything and set up alerts. If you do this, the cloud's pay-as-you-go model becomes a massive advantage, not something to be afraid of. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. It is so important to see that we are not just talking about another IT project. This is a fundamental change to your business strategy. And if you remember one thing, let it be this. This is not about swapping out one piece of tech for another. This is about rewiring your company's entire nervous system so you can operate in a more agile, a more intelligent, and a more competitive way. I love this quote from the source material because it just hits the nail on the head. In a market that's changing this fast, waiting around is a decision, and it's usually the wrong one. The risk of waiting for that perfect moment is almost always bigger than the risk of just moving forward. So, we'll leave you with this final thought. This kind of transformation is happening in every single industry. Your competitors are getting faster and smarter because they're using their data as a weapon. So the real question isn't whether you can afford to modernize, it's whether you can afford not to.